Good morning, church. It's good to be with you again here today. We are nearing the conclusion of Genesis, and today we have an interesting encounter between Joseph and Jacob. They've been down in Egypt now quite a few years. They've settled in the land of Goshen, which will be very prominent in our next section when we hear about the plagues that come and how God protects the Israelites in that land of Goshen. But today, Joseph comes with Ephraim and Manasseh to see Joseph's dad, their granddad, and he's on his way to passing away. And so he comes to see him and to get a blessing for his children. Now, later on, we're going to see some final words of Jacob's as he issues a blessing or even a curse on some of his sons. But Joseph, as always, gets a little bit of special treatment. And so we see him bring Ephraim and Manasseh. Now, remember, Ephraim's the younger one, and Manasseh was his firstborn. And so as is proper, he's going to bring Manasseh onto the right hand of Jacob to receive that right hand of blessing. But Jacob does something backwards. He crosses his hands to lay his right hand on Ephraim's head and bless him. And Joseph gets all upset and he says, "No, you've done it backwards." And Jacob says, "No, I did just what I intended to do." So a couple interesting points here. That's all in the end of Genesis 48 and 47, 48. Ephraim means to forget my troubles. That was what the name means. And Manasseh means to be fruitful in your trouble. So both receive a blessing according to their namesake, but Ephraim receives that blessing of to forget my troubles, and that's what Jacob blesses. And blessing the younger was backwards in the culture. And we are reminded in this that God really doesn't care too much about what our traditions or what our own desires are, or how we would like things to operate. God is more interested in how He is going to choose to operate things, how He is going to enact His plan. And so we should always remember what the proverb says, a man prepares his way, but the Lord directs the steps. It's good for us to make plans. We can't get through our day without plans. You wouldn't get very far if you just kind of floated along. So that's not what the application is here today. What the application is really is that God will do what He will, and His plans are always good, and we should be ready to have our own plans superseded by the will of God, and to trust that He is the God who blesses the one who makes us forget our trouble. He's the God who blesses us, who sent us Jesus, who came to earth to meet with us so that we could understand the nature of forgiveness and fruitfulness. And even in Jesus, we see this same kind of upside down economy of what Jacob portrayed right here. When Jesus came, He said, "Blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, blessed are those who mourn and weep now, because they'll be filled. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst, because they'll be fed and watered." God's economy is often not what we expect. And so, church, get out there today. Be in prayer for God, to God, seeking Him, and how you can walk in His path. Even as you plan your day, seek Him, how He might direct your steps. And when He does wild and unexpected things, like blessing the younger, or says, "Blessed are the meek," just follow along, because He's also the one who blesses the name of forgetting my troubles. And someday He will wipe away our tears and cause us to forget all that was, and to bask in the light of the eternal joy that he brings. And for that we strive and press ahead every day. I love you, church, and I look forward to talking to you soon.